We've all been told that just act as if, and your dreams will come true. And no matter what you did, no matter how good of an actor you were, your dreams never got any closer. Today, we're going to talk about why that is and what you can do now to bring your dreams closer to you. Let's go get that nugget. Welcome, ladies, to the Life Mastery for Women podcast. I'm Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind, your host. This is where we go to learn to master our life one nugget at a time. Hey, ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you standing up for the ovation and getting the Golden Globe Award. If you're not standing up for the ovation and getting the Golden Globe Award, then it is my intention that in today's episode, I gave you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So today we're going to talk about why the phrase act as if doesn't work for most of us and what we can begin to do to shift that. Because so many want to, if I just pretend, if I just act as if I have the relationship, the job, the health, it will come to me. But I want to inform you about the piece that's missing with this act as if tool, I would say. But I think that it's really important to understand the process, the internal process. I talk about it a lot in my podcast, but I think it bodes well to really fully understand and grasp the energy underlying our thoughts to our emotional state. Understanding that transition that goes from our thoughts to our emotional state is the biggest key to living the life that you want to live, no matter what that is. If you want to heal from something, if you want to create a career or bring in more money or find that true love relationship, it's really important to understand because we can get in the driver's seat if we know how to start the car. If we don't, you could sit in the car in the driveway all day long and dangle the keys and push on the pedals and move the steering wheel, but you're never going to get going if you don't know how to actually start the car. And you're not going to get far if you don't know how to drive. So there's a couple of skills. First of all, I want to talk about the brain and the mind anyway, in very, very light way. We're not getting all into neuroscience and quantum physics and how the brain works and whatever, but I want you to understand though, that your mind is just like the catalyst. It is like the match, but you don't have anything to ignite yet. It's just lighting the match. And it's the idea. It's the start of things. It's where the idea and the dream begin their journey. It's the idea that one day you go, I think I want to go on vacation. It's that point of the idea. That's what your mind is. And it is extremely important to remember that your mind is really, really powerful because if you don't have the keys to start the car, you're never going to drive down the road. So if you don't ever have the idea, the thing is never going to manifest. If you are spending your days and nights thinking about how terrible your life is, it's not going to get much better than where it is right now because your thought is still in the direction of how bad it is. If you want it to get better, if you want to heal, if you want a better relationship or a better career or more money, you have to start looking at your thoughts. What are you thinking about? And then from there, you begin to light the match that heads towards the fuse. Okay? So first of all, the first piece of work I want to give you is to think about something other than what you're already experiencing. You must throw your thoughts out into the future, out into the unknown, on the clear canvas. You have a brand new canvas every second of the day to change the direction and the course of your life. And if you do not think in a different direction, you're going to continue to go in the same direction. So if you're already manifesting what it is that you love, then keep doing that. If you are manifesting something that you don't love and something that just isn't going right, please listen to what I'm telling you. You must wake up. You must wake up and you must look a different way. You must look in a different direction. And we do that by just dreaming a little bit. Just opening your eyes and your thoughts just a little bit and thinking, what could I possibly create? If you're dealing with some ill health, Could I heal from this? You have to be open. If the answer is no, because some doctor somewhere said that this ailment that you have is degenerative, or that it's you can't heal from it, or there just is nothing else I can do, and whatever, you have potential to heal. I truly believe that. I've seen it happen. I have friends who have done it. I've done it myself. It has been this powerful experience. But it starts with you having an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, you're not going to get very far. If you don't have an open mind and you think whatever you've manifested in your life is going to stay that way and you're just going to have to deal with it, then you can go ahead and push stop on this recording right now and just go on with your life, and I wish you the best. But if you want things to change, then please keep listening. The first thing is to be open to the idea. Every thought that comes in your mind, every experience that is manifest already in your life came from a thought. And how you responded to it created this momentum in your life. Okay? So first, be open. The next is to relish in the idea that if I'm open to something different, then that means that I can open the idea of something different coming into my life, a different experience. I can explore something else than what I'm experiencing. I can experience good health. I can experience great relationships, or more money, or more love, or more success, whatever you want. But you got to be in that place that goes, I wonder what my life could be like outside of this thing I'm experiencing right now. What would it be like if I had the money? What would my life be like if I had the love? If I had the career? So when we open up and we become curious, this is when the universe can start to show wonders in our life. When we just go out and we act as if, and we don't have the foundation of the tools, or we're not even open to change, but you're pretending, you are creating resistance in the body. So this is what I call kinking the hose. I say this and explain this analogy a lot in my podcast. I love this analogy because it really, really depicts how energy works, how our mind and our emotional state works. It's one of my favorite ways to explain how energy works. And if we are pretending and we are acting as if, we are kinking the hose if there is resistance. If there is resistance in the body when you say, I am madly in love and I have a wonderful relationship and a big house and a great career, but you feel like that's a lie in your body, you're kinking the hose. The thing that you're wanting to come to you is not going to come to you. So the first thing is to be open. The second thing is that curiosity. The third thing is to move through or move that resistance out. So it is to let go of the resistance that you're feeling so you can unkink the hose. Think of a hose that has gunk in it. When you turn the water on, what comes out at the other end? Nothing, because it's jam-packed of gunk inside there. And if nothing is coming out at the other end, then your garden of life is not growing. So we have to let go of the resistance by being open, by being curious, and letting the universe move in our favor. Life force energy, that water is always flowing through the hose, but if there's gunk, if there's kinked somewhere, if there's any kind of blockage, there's nothing coming out at the other end. And that garden is your life. That garden is your life experience. That is your money, your career, your health, your spiritual connection, your relationships. That's everything in that garden. No matter how many times you act as if your life is amazing, water is still not flowing, which is why acting as if doesn't work. We must understand how energy flows, and we must understand how we are blocking it. So if we can let go of resistance, we can unkink the hose. We can say, I am open to things being different. I am open to my life expanding and being amazing and miraculous, but I have to get out of the way. Using these words definitely help to do this. One of the words that I love to use, and I love to begin when I'm changing what I'm doing and how I'm wanting to create things, is using the word willing. This is what you would do in the very beginning. You know, my mom is dealing with some with some sickness right now, and it's not going very well. It's been 8 months, and it's this massive skin condition. And I can't even express to you enough how rough this is for her. And it's not, you might be thinking, oh, it's just a skin condition. It's like she is peeling like a lizard. And it is this awful experience for her. It's itchy, it's burning, it's her entire body, and it is peeling like you've never even imagined. It is this really interesting. I've never experienced anything like that. I've never seen anything like this before. It is like the worst case of massively dry skin I've ever seen in my life. And she's having a really, really hard time with it. And I've been working with her and trying to get her to sort of see the other side of things and sort of be open to what the possibilities could be for her. And she's having a really, really hard time seeing that there's anything on the other side of the coin. She doesn't even see that there's a coin there, not let alone to see that there's another side to it. This is go to the doctors, get medication, ask more doctors, ask more people, and find out. She's going outside of her. And I'm like, Mom, what about you being a full participant in your healing? And she'll say, well, yeah, and she's very religious. And she's like, well, God's going to heal me. And if he wants me to heal, then he'll heal. He'll heal me. And I'm like, well, Mom, what about the belief of you being an active participant in your healing instead of having, quote, God do all the work for you? And she goes, well, if it's up to him, if he wants me to heal, then I will. Now, my resistance to that is we have to be an active participant in our life. I cannot sit in my house on my couch and go, well, if God wants me to be rich, he will send me clients. And I want you to know that that is the biggest lie that we tell ourselves with this godlike figure that we sit here and we wait for things to happen to us. Have you ever heard the phrase, God helps those who help themselves? My mom used to say that to me all the time. And I'm like, Mom, you sort of have to help yourself right now. And she's like, I'm going to all these doctors. I'm getting all this medication and these medications are making me sick. And so I stopped taking them. And I go, right, but what are you doing on the inside? She goes, I don't know what you mean. I said, are you open to the idea of you healing? Are you open to the idea that you can be a participant in this healing? And she goes, well, I'm open to if God wants me to heal, that I will. I said, so you're giving your power away to this godlike entity that what if he never heals you? What if you feel this some sort of punishment for the rest of your life is going to be like this and it's going to get worse? Because her mind is getting worse, right? As we deal with ailments in our body, we start to feel bad. We start to emotionally, we start to feel, it goes backwards. We feel it physically, and then it comes back on us emotionally. It weighs heavy on us. I remember really feeling depressed when my back was just not getting better, and I was in this state of fear, and I was in this state of depression. I'm like, I was such an active person. I'm like, I'm never going to be active again. I don't even want to be here. If I can't live my life, if I can't be active, if I can't ride my bike and go for hikes and go swimming and rock climbing and travel, I don't even want to be here. That's how bad it was getting. My mom's getting bad. Her emotional state is not as positive as it was. So opening our mind, starting with the words, I'm willing. I am willing to step into my life. I am willing to stand up, to rise up and be an active participant in my life, no matter what that is. If I'm healing or I want to make more money, and you don't even have to know. You don't even have to know what the next steps are. You just have to be open to those steps presenting themselves to you. So those steps showing and revealing themselves to you. I love that about life. Like I'm starting to get excited about, I don't know what to do to grow my business. I don't have to know. I can sit back and go, I am willing to let the steps reveal themselves to me. It's this relaxing place. I am willing to get in the river and go with the flow. The next is allowing. I am allowing healing to come to me. I've been telling my mom to start to visualize. She's been sleeping a bunch, and I said, well, as you're starting to fall asleep, and she sleeps sitting up, and I said, so as you're starting to fall asleep, I said, I want you to visualize your skin getting clearer and clearer and better and better. And I want you to say something like, I'm allowing healing into my life. I'm allowing my body to heal. Don't resist it. But we'll get on the phone. We'll be on the phone for an hour, and 53 of those minutes is spent complaining, sort of. It's more like retelling this big story. Today I have this, and here's what my skin was doing, and I tried this lotion, and I went to this doctor, and I had this medication, but this medication gave me a big headache, and then I took a nap, and then I got up, and I did this, and that's what the first hour is spent like. It's just recycling what's already manifest. And I say, okay, Mom, let's talk about allowing the healings. Let's go out into the future a little bit, playing with the quantum realm. Go out into the future. And it's like act as if, but here's the flip. Here's the switch. Here's the thing I want you to write down. It's not act as if. It's feel as if. Feel. When we get through our heads and we start to bring that new thing that we want down into our bodies, down into our heart, where there's no resistance, and we are an active participant in our life, lo and behold, you are now creating. You are now in that creative space, using your creative energy to build the future that you want. But it's got to get down into the body. When it's in the body, then you are in the flow. You are in the flow. Inspiration. You're in spirit when it's in the heart. When it's in the heart, you have no resistance. You feel it. It feels amazing. You can see your future without this ailment. You can see the new career. You can see the money coming in and the freedom and the power and the choice that money brings. And it's in your heart. In your heart is where we create. Feel as if. Not act. Not just act. Acting as if you can pretend that there's no resistance. You can kind of walk over it, but you don't have the same emotional state that communicates with the universe. This is how I want to feel. This excitement, this happiness, this in love, this healed state. Feel as if. And we start by first being open to the idea that you can create your life, being open to the idea that you deserve the life, no matter what that is, that you want to create. Open to the idea that you are worthy, that I believe in you. Over here, creating this podcast, sitting in this northern Michigan town, in this northern Michigan house on this beautiful sunny day with my dogs laying in the sunshine that's coming in through the living room window, I believe in you. I know that you can do it. I know that you have the power, the capacity, and you have somebody in your corner who believes in you. I believe in you, and I know that you can create the life that you want to live, the life that you're excited to get up and experience in the morning. I believe in you. Being open is your job. And you just go, you know what? Jen's right. I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of living this life. If I can do it, what do I got to lose? What if she's right? What if in her 25 years experience and exploring with energy and emotions and mindset and psychology and meditation and law of attraction and quantum physics, what if she's right? What if this whole entire time I've been living in this space and I never had to stay here? I just thought that this was what life was. That I had to just deal with it. And I go, I got you. I got you. Open your mind. Curiosity is next. I'm so curious. I'm curious how this is going to change. I'm curious what my life is going to be like. I'm curious who my partner is going to be. I'm curious where the money is going to come from. I'm curious. That is such an amazing word because it's not neutral. It moves you right into positivity and you have no resistance immediately. None. I'm curious when I'm going to get over this ailment. I'm curious when I'm going to get over this pain. I'm curious how my life is going to change. Isn't that in the flow? So exciting. It's such a wonderful word. Then letting go of the resistance, feeling into the body. Do I have resistance in my body? Oh yeah, that feels untrue. When I say that, it feels like I'm lying to myself. Then be willing, let go of that resistance. I am open to change. I am open to stepping into the bigger version of me. I'm open to the upgrade of life. I'm open to the idea that Jen is teaching me how to be somebody new. Step into this empowerment. Don't stand for the jobs where they treat you like crap, where they're not going to give you the money that you deserve. Don't stand for the things that you think you don't deserve or that you're not worthy of. You're worthy because you're here. You're worthy and you're deserving simply because you're on this planet. That's it. There's no other reason. You're worthy and you deserve it. Now you have to step into that. You have to step into that belief. I'm open. I'm willing to step into that. The next is allowing. Allow the flow of life to move through you. You are the hose. If you're feeling pressure in your body, you are kinked somewhere. If you have shoulder pain or back pain, knee pain, you are kinked in your body. That's resistance, and it's showing up in the physical form. That's why we have these physical bodies, is to understand what's going on with ourselves energetically. We don't always know, which is why I say introspection is so important. Introspection is where we get the answers to what we're doing with our life and how our life is unfolding. And if I feel pain in my body, it is not because I'm getting older. It is because I have stuck energy that's been there for so long that that pressure is building up, and now it is manifest into some physical ailment in my body that they call a rotator cuff or a frozen shoulder. Oh, you just have neck pain or upper back pain, or you have compressed vertebrae. Yeah, because of kinked energy somewhere in my energy body. And I go, where is my life not working? Oh, in my relationships? Great. If it's in my shoulders, then I'm carrying the burden of my relationship. I need to let that go. I'm willing, I'm open, universe. I'm willing and I'm open to see what the next steps are. The next steps for healing, the next steps for improving my relationships, the next steps for forgiving myself and moving forward because I deserve it. When we start working at this energy level, things move quickly for us. We have to be ready. This is why I always invite you to reach out to me if you need that support. Sending me an email, themeditationroomtc@gmail.com. Say, hey, let's talk. We jump on a call. And it's a free call. It's a conversation with me because I got you. And I know that you can do it because I've done it. And I continue to do it because no matter where you are in your life, there's always room for improvement. And I always want to seek more expansion. It just happens. The longer you're here, the more change you make. But it's up to you. Change is inevitable. Empowerment is a choice. Wow, that may have felt like a lot of information in today's episode, but if you're looking for support and a deeper knowledge of what we talked about today, then let's connect. You can learn more about how I work and how you can work with me. Send me an email to themeditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. And in the meantime, you can join my online Facebook community, Lady Rising, and mention that you came in through the podcast. I look forward to supporting you and connecting with you there.